Hello everybody, welcome to Glow Up Handbook. Today we're going to be doing week 1 of the front splits challenge. We're going to start in a forward fold with our hands at our elbows, just rocking back and forth gently here. You can keep a slight bend in the knees as well. When you're ready, I want you to place your hands on the mat and come into some waves. So you're going to make some gentle waves with your spine. We're going to do 10 here. So going up and down, up and down, up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Beautiful. Now come on over to the right side and we're going to do 10 waves to the right. So coming up, down, 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 and come to the center and just hold at the center for a brief second here. Then come over to the left and we're going to do those waves again. Up, down, 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 back to center. Place your hands on the mat and then you're just going to drop your hips and lift. So squat and lift. Down, up, 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 down, up. Come to center, just rock your hips back and forth. And then we're going to make a circle with our hips. You're going to bring your hips all the way around in a circle to the right. Just going down and around, down and around. We're going to do 10 of those. Down and around. This is a really good mobility warm-up. Down, around, down, around, down, around. Go ahead and continue those circles. I'll let you know when to switch sides. Now go ahead and switch. We're going to go down, around, this time to the left. Down, around, down, around. You can make this as big or as small as you'd like. So you can go closer to the floor than I'm going. You can just go way more shallow. The option is yours here. Perfect. Just go ahead and grab your elbows and hang in another forward fold. Perfect. Now come into a yogi squat here. Elbows at your knees. Push into your right knee in and out 8 times. So you're going to go out, in, 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 out, in. Then switch sides. Out, in, 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 out, in. Just go ahead and hold, pushing the right knee out. Then extend that arm to the sky and pulse that back 10 times. You're going to twist here. Take 5 rolls at the wrists. Just saying hello. And then if it's in your practice, you can come into a bind. So grabbing the opposite hand or wrist behind you. Looking up at the sky, twisting deeply. Push on the left knee. Extend the arm, pulse back 10 times. Take 5 rolls at the wrist. Come into a yogi squat. Then you're going to extend your left leg. You can either be with your hips higher or lower. You're going to lift that bent leg and lower. So lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. We're doing this 8 times. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Then when you get to the bottom, you're going to hold. You can either have your hips all the way down as I'm doing here, or you can lift them slightly just like that. I'm going to show you some fun variations to play with. So you can try just pushing that right knee out to the side, holding on to the other side shin. You can come into a little side stretch, either grabbing your ankle with your hand or planting your elbow on the leg. If you do that, I want you to come chest to the mat 5 times. You're going to go in, out, in, out, in. You can also hold at center on your hands or elbows. Again, these are all options. If you're not doing these, please just hold. Beautiful. Switch sides. So now we're going to go to the left and we're going to lift and lower. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Then we're going to hold, and we're going to do those same variations on the other side. So you can have your hips lifted more or keep them all the way planted. You can push that knee out to the side. You can come into that side stretch on your hand or elbow. If you do that, I want you to come to face the mat 5 times on your own time. You can also come to center and hold on your hands or elbows. You're doing awesome. Keep it up. Now I want you to grab 2 blocks. You're going to have them on the medium setting, and you're going to come into a lunge on your left leg, keeping your hands on those blocks. And we're just going to hold there for a second. Then when you're ready, you're going to bring the blocks to their lowest setting and plant your hands on them. Then come into a half split or a hamstring stretch, holding onto the blocks. And you're going to come back and forth 8 times. You're going to go back, forth, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. You can hold that hamstring stretch for a second if you'd like. Now what I want you to do is stack the 2 blocks, and you're going to place them under your front thigh around where your glute meets your hamstring. I want you to do this no matter what level you're at to get kind of warmed up here. So we're just going to hold for a little bit. I'm going to be advancing this exercise, but if this is your level, then stay here throughout, and I want you to hold deeply. You can briefly come out when I have everybody switch, and then I want you to come back into it. Now, if you're ready, you can remove one of the blocks. You're going to come into just 1 block hold. You can walk your hands forward a little bit. You can walk them backwards a little bit. This is a good warm-up for some things we'll be doing in the full front split. So I want you to walk forward and back 3 more times. So just going forward and back. Your hands don't need to touch the mat. After 3 times, you can remove that block if you're ready and come into your full front split. We're going to hold a minute before trying that same thing in the full front split. You can rock back and forth. You can fold over that front leg completely. Again, rocking back and forth. We're going to do that 4 times. You can either walk with your hands on the mat forward or all the way to your elbows. And how far back is totally up to you. If you can tilt your head back, do it. Swing that back leg forward and just shake it out here for a second. You can give yourself a nice big hug. You can do some cat-cows. Just take a second. Awesome. So what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. So we're going to grab those blocks again on the medium setting, and you're going to step your right foot forward this time. I always like starting on my bad leg when I remember, because then the second side feels a lot easier, and I tend to be less motivated by the time I get to the second side, and I don't want to cut that stretching short. And if for some reason I get lazy and I do cut it short, I'm going to be less impacted if I do it on the good side. So just holding on the medium setting here. Great job. Go ahead and go back to the hamstring stretch and forward. We're going to go forward and back 8 times. Just going forward and backwards. Beautiful. Keep it up. You can hold for a second when you go back. And then when you're ready, you're going to grab those 2 blocks again, stack them on top of each other, no matter what level you're at. I want you to do this. And you're going to place them under that front thigh around where your glute meets your hamstring, and you're going to hold. This one should feel a little bit more relaxed. Again, same as the other side, I'm going to be advancing this, but if this is your level, I want you to stay here. You can come out of it briefly when I switch, because everybody else will get that reprieve, but I want you to come back into it. Don't quit. I know it can be disheartening when you feel like other people are advancing and you're not, but you are advancing because you're going to get there if you're consistent. You can remove one of the blocks now if you're ready. You can walk forward, backward, forward. So we're going to do this 5 times, same as before. When you come forward, you can come all the way under your hands, or you can come onto your elbows or a middle place between. When you come back, you can walk as far back as you'd like or as close as you'd like. You can leave your head up, or if you want to advance, bring it back. Then, if you're ready, and only if you're ready, remove one of the blocks and come into the full front split on this side. You can rock back and forth here. Come on forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. Then swing that front leg around. Shake it out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through 2 different ways to get into front splits. So we're not going to do a hold here. I just wanted to show you some other variations you can play with. So the first one you're going to do, you're going to start by extending your left leg. You're going to take your right leg and extend it directly out from your hip with your knee bent. You could forward fold here. Then if you're ready, you can bring that knee back so it's about 75% back and hold. Only a few more minutes left, so hang in there. And then if you're ready, when you're ready, you can go ahead and come into the full front split just like that. So just bringing the knee back slightly and rolling into it. What we do on one side, again, we have to do on the other, so let's switch sides. You're going to extend your right leg, bring your left leg 50% back, then 75% back. When you're ready, you're just going to slide it all the way back beneath you into the full front split. Great job. So I'm going to take a quick second here. I'm going to come into a brief puppy pose, cat-cow, whatever you need. I just want you to take a relaxing second to shake it out. We're going to be sliding into our front splits just one time through on each side here, and that's the last way to get into it. Probably the most graceful, dancey way, but also the hardest and the most intimidating when you're starting out. So come into a down dog, walk it out a little bit, and then step your right foot forward into a pyramid pose. You can tilt your hips back and forth for a second, and then slide all the way down. My mat's super sticky, which I usually love, but sometimes hard to slide. Then swing that leg around, step all the way back into your down dog, walk it out if you'd like, and then step your left foot forward. Rock your hips side to side. Then slide into a full front split. If you're ready, you can also slide down and just hold yourself up as well. You don't need to come into that full split. Bring that leg forward. We're just going to come into a quick butterfly here. You did so good. We're just about done. So come into a butterfly. Just shake your knees back and forth. You can come into a back bend here for a second. You can push into one knee, then the other, then one knee, then the other, one knee, the other. Bring your knees to your chest. Just rocking back and forth here gently. Go ahead and drop your feet to the edges of the mat and let your knees fall in, just having a low back release and letting your body fully relax all the way. You did so good. For the challenge details, please see the comment box below. I outline what flows to do, what to do every single day as part of the challenge. It's going to be 2 weeks long with definitely a new flow Sunday, and then I'm hoping to get some new flows out for you guys on Wednesday as well. Go ahead and slide your legs all the way out, open palms to the sky, and breathe. Thank you so much for flowing with me. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.